I'll raise my quarterstaff defensively. Are you here to steal stuff too?
The figure has a bow, but he quickly throws it on his back. Oh, no. We know you are far too formidable for that. Clearly, your great stature. We would serve no threat towards someone such as yourself. He bows forward with his hands raised.
Ah, is that so?
We are but humble brigands. We served under Heragon, Agdron, because Bavlora put him in charge. We had no choice. It was our plight. We would steal day and night for him. It was never ending.
It was.
You did not have a choice?
No, Bavlora, she rules this domain. You either side with her or against her.
And not doing her bidding, what would be so terrible about that?
He looks towards one of the stumps, and then looks back towards you, then points to the stump. That was Jeff.
Oh.
Oh, sorry
Yeah,
for
I
stepping
understand.
on him. Was there a condition for you to follow him? Because you said you were following him. Not anymore now?
He is not so great. You have overpowered him so easily. He is clearly weak.
Well, duh. But
We
does
would like
that
to
mean-
believe there were great tales of him. Tales that were spread throughout our ages. That the very Witch Queen herself had to nail him to a tree and force it to grow up into the skies, into the heavens, to stop him.
Oh, she could have saved herself some trouble. Common rope seems to do the trick quite nicely.
Yes. Though I believe that was his curse. His scarf cannot be removed, no matter what you do. He was nailed to a tree, it grew very high, and he was trapped there as a prisoner. For a long time. You hear Agdron mutter, 400 years.
Clearly not long enough, since you didn't learn any manners in the time.
You try learning manners when all you have to accompany you are squirrels?
I don't know.
Squirrels have perfect manners. Stupid kid.
I've met
But
some
they
pretty
don't.
met some pretty cordial animals these last few days, so don't reckon you've got much of an excuse there, pal.
Do you have an idea how much they cheat at card games?
Well, I mean, we only met one that cheated at card games. You can't assume they all do.
Oh, they all do.
Cards.
Oh, okay, we weren't card games picks, but you know the copy thing, you know.
Oh, the cuppy thing. What has a cuppy thing?
Yeah, you know, you get like 3 cups, and was it like a ball picks or something? You know about back at Carvel.
No, just dice. Simple dice.
Oh, it was it was dice. Maybe I'm thinking of something else then. But yeah, like dice game. But you know, probably don't all cheat.
Heragon that approached you from the stump raises his head. Would you care to join us upon dry land?
That would indeed be very nice.
I mean, it was the direction we're going before this brat jumped us.
Please follow me then, sires, siresses.
Do you want him taking along, or should we leave him out here?
I would not presume to know what you would wish to do with him. I am but a humble servant.
A servant. Are you serving us now?
I will serve the mighty.
I'm okay with that.
Ah,
Very
that-
well, let's...
He continues to turn around
You
about
keep
you all.
dragging Aaron Longstaff along, or
I don't know.
Yeah.
I mean, I don't know. I mean, you're a prat, mate, but don't reckon we should just leave you in the dog. Let's take him up to the stump at least.
I mean, Victor, you had some questions for him, so...
Well, yeah, that's
least I
it.
have done.
throw him in the water later.
I mean, to be fair, Nico, I don't really need him specifically to answer my questions. I didn't realise there were others around, but yeah, you never know. Might have something useful to say.
Please don't put me in the water. It's bad for my fur.
I still don't understand why you threw your cloak in there. I mean, that's just... I mean, what were you going to do? Were you just going to fish it out and, you know, ring it? I mean, trust me, I vomited on myself yesterday. Do you know how long it took me to get all the vomit out? Bad swamps like that. But, you know, there's other stuff aside from vomit in there.
He just grumbles to himself as you guys make your way up, climb the ladders. And whilst Nico in particular is climbing a ladder, he keeps thumping against the side and groaning before you reach the top. At the top in the centre, there is a large pile of random mishmash trinkets and bits and pieces. There's a fire and a series of tents. There are several other Heragon standing around, looking at you all with clear admiration on their faces and disgust whenever they turn to look at Agron. Please, just sit over here by this fire. It's nice and warm. Hot. You like hot? Yes, yes, yes.
This is a nice break from all the water. Thank you.
Oh, but of course, but of course. One of the Heragon walks up towards Nico and places his hand onto your tummy, rubbing it slightly.
It's not a duck, right? The goose.
No, it is one of the Heragon.
Yeah, okay. What are you doing?
I don't know. I just had a compulsion to do it. You feel lucky. He's still rubbing you whilst he's looking up at you, talking at you.
I grab his hand. Could you stop?
Yeah, okay. He walks away and sits down on the other side of the fire.
That damn goose. Well then, and I show Agwan kind of in the center of us. Still bound.
Mhm.
Well then, Victor, you had some questions. He has some answers.
Well, yeah, I mean, as I said, there's a couple of you fellas here, so I may as well just ask you as a group. So, first thing on my mind, is this downfall, by any chance?
They look towards one another. No. This is not downfall.
Alright, well, how far off are we? Kind of just assume, you know, like, lily pads, swamp, kind of look like, I don't know, I'm not really from around here, so I'm not really sure what I thought. So we at least going in the right direction?
This is the Brigand's Tollway.
Oh, alright.
We'll be able to give you a boat to go west, if you wish, towards Downfall.
Oh, alright. Okay. I kind of asked a couple of locals around here, but we heard about Inn at the End of the Road, I believe it's called. Place
yes.
of rest.
So Wandering Inn, it wanders around all of Hither.
Yeah, I've heard that, but I was actually wondering, aside from that, because I felt if I asked, you'd probably just tell me about it again, and yeah, there's Agron over here is wasting enough of my time already. Are there any other, I don't know, settlements, you know, large collections of people, you know, other places we can kind of rest if, because I mean, this, you said yourself, this inn wanders around the whole of Ever, so can't really expect to just come across it willy-nilly, and, reality is, we gotta sleep sometime.
There are no other real places to stay. There are Downfall and the inn. You could go to Telemetry Hill.
Alright.
Jingle Jangle is
It's nice.
Yeah, we met, actually.
yeah, she's nice. He's
Actually,
looking towards the trinket pile.
Actually, it's funny you should mention that.
At that point, since he's looking, does Pixie notice that?
I say yes. You follow his gaze, and you can see a small bag in the pile of trinkets.
Pixie will have a closer look at that and also look if there's any keys in that trinket pile.
Yeah, Victor's demeanor noticeably changes when he mentions Jungle. yeah, about that. I actually met that goblin a couple of days ago, and actually it was earlier today. Passage of time kind of gets a little bit out of whack here, and couldn't help but notice she had a black eye, and she also mentioned that you'd paid her a visit recently. I'm putting two and two together here, and I'm hoping it don't make four.
Well, I can't count, so I hope it doesn't.
Did you attack her? Just gonna ask you straight.
I told us to.
What was that?
I told us to.
So they did. That's what I'm getting from that.
Yeah. Hey, Bix, do us a favour. Have a look through that bag. I think it was some truffles, right? That Jingle Jangle lost.
In that case, now searching for any kind of key and the truffles on that.
You open up the bag, and inside you see it is full of truffles, and there is a random key on top of it as well.
Well, I guess this is hers. And take that, put it in my pack to return it to her. But also want to look through the whole loot pile, see if there's any more keys.
Roll me an investigation. Okay. You're rooting around, you see all kinds of random bits and pieces. You see a lot of left shoes. There are all kinds of little boxes that are empty. You do find a key, but it is a piano key.
As in the key to lock a piano is, or?
As in the piano key itself.
Yeah, okay.
White ivory.
Yeah. I think Pixie got lost in some of the pretties in there. On that note, actually, she got lost in the little pin. Or something like that. Something like just pretty. Not expensive, just pretty. And she's gonna try to swipe that without anyone noticing.
See a random crystal orb. So you can quite easily manage to hide it while you're rooting around. A lot of the eyes of the Heragon surrounding you are very much focused on Nico. So, yeah.
Okay.
You can, of course, feel free to return the truffles. No hard feelings.
Yeah. Hey, listen, gotta be honest with you, friend. When I came across I was thinking, I know, but I have some words. But looking at your boss down there, if they actually, can Victor roll insight to see whether they're being completely sincere in doing this thing just because Agwin told them to, as opposed to them wanting to?
Go ahead, roll insight.
Okay, sorry, just give me a second. Yeah.
It seems to be because we're told to.
Yeah, okay. Victor would have no other reason to do so. But yeah, I mean, I reckon your little friend over here is being humiliated enough. So, listen, mate. Don't. Just a piece of advice for you. Don't sort of go prancing about the place, just trying to steal what other people have got. Yeah, because most of us. As soon as you kind of come across even a little bit of a challenge, you kind of just drop the ball a little bit. He's actually going to try and do a vicious mockery again.
On
Agrin.
Okie dokie.
Wisdom.
Save with disadvantage.
Yeah, wisdom 13.
Especially because he didn't expect it.
Yeah, that was the idea.
So a 10.
Yeah, I'm not actually trying to
One
kill
miss.
him. It's just... I'm basically trying to make a point.
He kind of shrinks into himself a little bit.
Aye. A bit more positive reciprocity in the world, it'd be a happy place. And, well, when you don't do that, this is what comes to you. And with Victor kind of being satisfied, he just enjoys the fact that he managed to get the truffles back.
Were those all the questions that you had, Victor?
Well, I mean, gotta be honest, that distracted me a little bit. I just basically wanted to know if there was anywhere else we could stay, or if we were going the right way. I suppose the only other thing I could think to ask is if there's no inns. I mean, you seem like you're on the road a lot. Are there, any, caves or safe places, to camp? That are kind of in the direction of Downfall?
You mostly have to reach Downfall by water. But there are plenty of caves, patches of dirt that will stay dry-ish.
I tell you what.
How long from here to Downfall?
Say again, sorry.
How long from here to Downfall?
Which will be about, you can probably get there in an hour by boat.
Alright. How much daylight do you reckon we got left?
Plenty of daylight.
Alright, well, just one more thing for me. I've got this map here.
How much today?
Actually, that's a fair question, Pix. How many hours are left in the day? Not from around here, you see, so apologise if it's a bit of a strange question.
He looks up, wondering, and looks back down. I don't know how to tell the time.
And how do you know there's plenty of daylight left?
The sun's there.
Well, yeah, but how long is it going to be there for?
Until it gets to there.
Well, yeah, I know. God, I know that. Look, have you really got no education at all? You don't seem to be able to count. Can you at least read and write?
Oh, I can. He takes a piece of paper out from the pile of trinkets and a pen. He scribbles down on it, and it's effectively chicken scratch.
All right,
It's meaningless to you.
You know what? I was going to ask you to mark our map about those caves you mentioned, but honestly, judging by that, I'm reckoning that it's probably not good. No offense, but it's probably not going to help us too much.
Well, I would not presume I will be good enough to help one such as yourself.
All right. Well, I reckon that's around all the questions I personally had about. I don't know about any of you. I mean, I reckon we don't reckon it'll go dark in an hour, but I'm just taking a guess.
I think we should still make it till Downfall today, but
I agree with that, but I also have something that I want to discuss with our little friend here.
Aye, by all means, it's all yours.
And I grab my glaive, put it over my shoulder. So listen, what will you do if I set you free? Will you go back to thieving again?
I'll do what you want. Yes.
Wrong. The answer should be no. I
No,
want to make.
no, I won't. No, 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 no.
I want to make a promise with you. You
He
promise
nods
me
enthusiastically.
that you will become an actual hero to these people here. You will save whoever you can, protect whoever you can, and will do good wherever you can. That's the promise that you will make to me. And the promise that I will make with you is that if I ever catch you stealing again, I won't be so lenient the next time.
Yes, 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 yes. I'll be a hero. I'll be the hero. Yes, of course I will. Yes. He puts his chest out a little bit as best he can, but winces as the rope is too tight around him.
Great.
I will do anything. I will be your herald. I will. Yes.
And then I grab the glaive and start cutting his rope so that he's free.
He tenses up and doesn't really untense until you actually move the glaive away.
And I put the glaive away.
He relaxes ever so slightly and kind of curls up into a bit of a ball.
And then I look back over the rest of the group, and unless we have any need of him, I think he should be on his way to protect whoever he can.
I don't reckon we have any use of a weakling, eh?
Nico?
I am.
Miko,
Oh, sorry, what?
do you have any use for our little friend?
No, I think he's learned his lesson.
And I think it's best for you to be on your way.
He suddenly stands up, bolt upright. He gives a salute towards you, and then turns around and darts away, jumping straight off the edge and disappearing.
Could have used the ladder, but okay. Well then, and then I look over to the other servants. So, could you help us a little bit?
Certainly, yes.
Do you have any trinkets that could help us along the way and with our journey to Downfall?
Like the
They
boat
look towards the
mission?
pile that's in the middle of the stump. We have many trinkets, yes.
Does anything useful stick out?
Looking very quickly.
Like weapons, armor, potions, maybe?
We do not have any armor. We have the main Heragon that's been speaking to you jumps up and runs over to the pile and starts rummaging around in it, throwing away bits and pieces here and there, and pulls out a cloak and runs it over towards being in front of you. This is a cloak of many fashions.
And what does it do?
You can change its color to match any garments you are wearing.
Sure, that could be useful.
He turns around and runs back.
Who did this belong to?
It was an elf, but it's from quite some time ago and they're no longer here. There was a big battle at one point. The elves are generally gone now.
Dead or gone somewhere else?
Quite dead. There's a graveyard
Oh, well, in that
from a
case,
big fight.
Ah. You know, it kind of reminds me of that area we passed through earlier on with all of them rusted, actually come to think of it, we passed through an area where there was like suits of armor that kind of like stood up on their own. Does that sound familiar to either of you?
Yes, that would be the place.
Oh.
How long ago was this battle?
About 100 years?
Right. No.
He rummages around again and pulls out a very small tube-like object. And this is a pull of collapsing.
And what does that do?
He speaks a command word, and it suddenly shoots into a 10-foot pole. Speaks it again, and it shrinks to 1 foot.
I mean, that could be useful.
They're quite useful for using with the skiffs if you ever get stuck in the mud. We have a few of these.
Well, we'll also take that one. And the boat, if you don't mind.
Oh, of course, yes. Oh, there is one last thing that we have that might be good for you. Rummage around the trinkets pile, then he stops, turns around and runs to one of the tents, and comes out holding a pipe, whilst looking at one of the other Heragons with narrowed eyes. This is a pipe of smoke monsters.
And that does...
You exhale smoke, and it turns into a little monster.
Pixie looks at the other Heragon he was looking at, watching their reaction to anything he says.
He has a bit of a sheepish look on his face. He's kind of shrinking into himself a little bit, wanting to move away.
She'll go over to him, like be next to him, and then whisper in his ear.
Did you try it?
Maybe?
Was it fun?
They're not big, but yeah.
Sorry, Pixie giggling.
Well, I think that item has found its new owner. As I heard Pixie giggling.
Will these be suitable for you, sires?
They will.
We can give you 2 poles, so everyone has something.
Sure.
Yeah. That sounds alright.
He gestures towards one of the Heragon, and he rather grumpily hands over another pole. Now, would you like to follow me? I can show you where there is a boat, and we can send you on your way to Downfall.
Yeah. Oh, one last thing. I do have a task for you. And it's somewhat in line as the other friend of yours. I want you guys to stop stealing.
Okay. Stealing's all we really know. It's been quite some time that we've been stuck here.
I understand. But I'm sure that you could trade.
Here. What do you mean by here? Here on this stump? No, because we've seen you around.
Here in Hither.
So you're not really from here?
No, we were from another world once. My father used to tell me stories about it. Though for some reason we don't grow old. It's weird. Apparently we used to.
So how does that work? Do you just do you stay as kids longer, or do you just kind of get to a certain age and then just stop?
I kind of stopped aging about 211 years ago, I think.
Yeah, actually, I was wondering about that because Agwin said he was kind of like strung up there for 400 years or something. I figured out didn't quite sound right, even by this world's standards.
Yeah, time can be a bit odd.
Yeah, I keep hearing that.
Wibbly wobby, timey-wimey.
I heard that expression. Refuse
Has
to
it
use
always
it.
been Pavlona for all this time, the queen? Or do you remember a time before her? Well,
My dad used to tell me times before her, but I only remember her.
Hmm.
So you've...
You stopped aging when it was her turn? Or after?
After.
All right. But that does not change the fact that you shouldn't steal. I mean, you have all these trinkets to your disposal. You could trade with the other people that are here. You could do some jobs for them and they will reward you. There are other ways to earn things without stealing them.
We understand. We will not oppose someone so mighty.
Good.
He walks over towards you. Thank you for being understanding with us. We greatly appreciate it.
If his hand moves towards my belly, I want to stop it. Before
His
he
hand moves
reaches,
towards your belly.
I stop it.
Oh, okay. Sorry.
It's okay. Well then. Unless, and I look over at the other party, unless we have something else to do here, we might move on.
Yeah, I reckon we probably just want to get to Downfall as soon as possible because, well, as we've learned, no one really knows how time works around here.
Well, we still have a few hours.
Well, you mean you'd assume so.
Heragon shouts up. It's night time when the sun reaches that side.
Yes, we figure it's that, but come on, let's just go.
Pixel followed along.
Victor moving away from the group as he says this towards the boat.
Okay.
I'll wave back to them.
Several wave back. You guys make your way towards a boat. Better made than the skiffs you've previously been using. There are oars on both sides of it, and you can quite easily propel yourself across the water. He points you in the direction you need to go to get towards Downfall, and then send you on your way. Do you start traveling immediately? Go ahead. What are you saying, sorry?
I said we follow
Okie dokie.
that direction, yeah.
You notice the fog starts to get thicker as time goes by, until your sight line is no more than around 20 feet. The thick fog hangs heavy in the air, obscuring the area around you, so the world appears to have shrunk to only 20 feet in all directions. Before you, the waterway widens and the current slows, giving the impression you have entered a lake. Croaking voices penetrate the fog, through which darkness shapes appear, resolving into two rowboats. Manning the oars of each rowboat are two bullywugs. And we'll end the session there.
Okay.
I should put a bookmark on a different page now.
Yeah. We're getting through the book slowly.
Yay.
Slowly but surely.
But surely, yes.
You have to go all the way across there, yeah?
I feel like we managed to accomplish a few things today.
Yeah, you go through a few scenarios.
Well-
But oh, sorry. Go ahead.
Didn't we get somewhere towards the end to get to the right stat block?
Yes.
Because I'm guessing he's not a homebrew character. Aaron Longstaff.
No, he's not.
But actually, we were discussing this just before stream, weren't we? So I think we're contemplating the next session being Christmas Eve.
Depends up to you guys completely with this one.
I mean, obviously, we're going to have to confirm that off stream, but for anyone watching, just to give an idea of when this will actually be on again. But yeah, until then, thank you very much for watching, and we'll speak to you next time. Goodbye for now.
Bye.